gentlemen, to the first episode of Searching for McGuffin with your hosts, George,
Gabe,
and Link.
You're probably wondering who we are and what we're doing here. So we thought we'd take this first episode to introduce ourselves and a little bit about what we're about. So we're going to go ahead and start with...
My name is Link. I am 28 years old. I'm a native from Miami, Florida. I'm an INFP. I'm also an Anagram 9. I have no idea what that means. I just took a test and it said I'm a 9. So I assume it means that in the scale from 1 to 10, my hotness is a 9 out of 10. So, yes. I'm also a Taurus, so that means I'm a young bull. I like to watch TV and anime.
My name's Gabe. I'm 25 years old, also a Miami native. I enjoy playing sports, listening to music, watching movies, TV shows, anime, and playing video games.
And my name is George. I am 37 years old. I am an English and drama high school teacher, and my interests include musical theater and professional wrestling. I had this idea for creating this show because I grew up along with these two gentlemen here who are my family, consuming this media, these stories. Gabriel is my nephew. Link is my brother-in-law. And we grew up from a very young age together. And we would spend time not just watching and playing and reading, but also discussing the minutia of it. And if you're part of any of these fandoms, you know what these conversations are like. But the one thing that we always gravitated towards is the importance of the stories. Now, they're just pastimes, they're hobbies, and they're not too serious, they're fun. But the reality is that the narratives that we interact with shape our philosophy. The morality tales shape the morality choices that we make in our lives. And for those of you who are aware of what the McGuffin is, the McGuffin is that object that drives the narrative, that thing that the characters seek to obtain or to find. And when we look at the McGuffin, we're really looking at what the driving force for the narrative is. Now, sometimes it's important directly to the story. Sometimes it's just a means to an end. But that's what we're looking to find as we deconstruct some of these stories that we interact with. What is the driving force of the narrative? What is that thing that drives not just the characters in these stories, but us? It's funny what you said about watching your older brother play. Watching your older siblings or better friends play was like the original Twitch streams.
Yeah. Yeah. I could honestly, with this generation watching Twitch, to me, does it make sense a little bit? But it's just weird because I enjoy watching my brother play. I don't enjoy watching everyone play.
Right, I agree. I think maybe this the societal aspect. Maybe they feel about those people the way we feel about our friends.
Yeah, it could be.
Our actual human, in real life. But
I can watch.
It's hard for me to connect.
Yeah, I honestly, so one thing I've noticed that a lot of both of you in the games that you guys picked. There's a lot of the social aspect of it. That's what you guys like about it.
Yeah.
That's an aspect I don't like about video games.
I used to wake up at 5 a.m. on Sunday because that's when they used to give Fantastic Four and the Incredible Hulk TV shows, the ones that are on Disney Plus now, right? And I used to wake up to watch them super early Sunday morning. And then one day it wasn't on. And I was heartbroken. I was like, where are my superheroes? But it was episode 1 of Dragon Ball Z. And I was like, what is this? Why is Goku an adult? Yeah. And remember, I only had the first 13 episodes. So I was like, oh my goodness, they made a sequel series to Dragon Ball. And they to fast forwarded, he's an adult now and he has a son that looks just like him. And it just blew my mind. Then I find out, there's a bunch of years of stuff that we hadn't seen.
Yeah.
So I started, when I said, it used to be 3 episodes for a $20 tape. I did it. I paid them. I was buying arcs of Dragon Ball. Then I had the International Film Channel that would play Dragon Ball Z without subtitles, and I was watching like Cell Saga, and like, this is amazing. I don't know what's going on, but this is incredible. I'm crying. All the sacrifices and deaths that are going on, and to me, it was just seeing those characters grow up, in real time almost. Growing up with you and kind of seeing yourself reflected in those characters. And my favorite film is Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan.
Yeah, of course.
That's the one. And now that they have these other movies in theaters, I went to the theater on day one and saw, Resurrection F, Battle of the Gods, and the remake of Broly. That's terrific.
Another thing I want to add is seeing Pedro Pascal. His performance, yes, we don't see his face, but having...
I mean, you see his face, though.
I mean, eventually you see his face, yeah, but the majority is in the mask.
Right.
But for me, it was a special moment because having... And this also happened to me watching Rogue One with Diego Luna. Having a Latino actor, like, be, like, a lead in a Star Wars project, that for me was huge. Seeing Diego Luna and Pedro Pascal...
Oscar Isaac as well, yeah.
Oscar Isaac, yeah. Like, those types of things, and, like, I love their relationship. Their friendship is awesome. Yeah. But seeing those things, like, it really made... it drew me in as well. It was another thing I didn't expect, because for the longest time, I love the characters that we've seen in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But it gave me something I really didn't know that I necessarily wanted. And from that, like, the choices that they made with him as a character and his performance have been great so far. And I mean, him and Grogu, that last episode, episode. Oh man,
how do you not cry when you watch that last episode?
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
and that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, you cry tears in Star Wars.
You'll always have Bail Organa, by the way. I think the first Hispanic Star Wars character. No.
As a lead. I mean,
yeah.
As
He'll be on the Andor show, right? Which I'm really excited about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is he gonna sing?
I hope so.
Is it be a musical?
Yeah, I hope so too.
Well, talking about shows that fell off, one of my favorite shows of all time is Arrested Development. So I guess I'm going to start it off. And in my top 5, I have an animated movie here. A 3D animated movie. See, I guess that's what you would describe it.
I mean, I don't know. You haven't said the movie
yet.
Yeah. The suspense is killing me.
So I love animated movies. So that's why I'm really excited about this one. And I believe it's called 3D animation. But it is the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Wow, that is a dark horse pick right there.
I love that movie.
5 of all time.
See, that's why I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. Like, these are movies that produce the most joy, that spark the most joy, and I would watch over and over again. And I love Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
That's awesome. Okay.
It's also the movie that introduced me to Phil Lord and Chris Miller, and I love those two movie directors. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that did Lego Movie, 21 Jump Street,
Solo.
So that's no. I wanted that. I know some of you guys didn't want that. I really wanted them to direct a Solo movie. I believe in them. I believe Kathleen Kennedy screwed up there. Okay. But that's just me.
We talked a little bit about what our experience was and kind of what we're looking forward to. Sometimes it feels like we're in like a negative place, but based on this conversation, it seems like we all have one thing that kind of ties us, and that's hope.
Hope.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Obi-Wan. Which is hope. You're my only hope.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So, and I think that's the thread. I think that's one of those driving forces in Star Wars. The hope that lies in the center of the narrative, and the hope that it gives us for a better world, a more civilized time, as Obi-Wan once mentioned.
It's Monday, and you know what that means.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Searching for McGuffin proudly brings to you your host, George,
Gabe,
and Link. And we're back with new gear in preparation for full gear. And also, quick question: which children are listening to this podcast?
I think my niece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our niece.
She's an avid supporter. Right?
Okay, yeah. She contributes to our Patreon.
Yeah. So keep those likes and your support, your financial support coming.
Yes, Zoe, please do.
All right. So today's topic is the hottest sports entertainment thing in the world. Woo! And this is the term that Link came up with when we were asking, like, what should we talk about? This is the verbiage that he came up with, which is apropos for the medium.
Yeah, Link came up with this, and I instantly fell in love with it. And I'm kind of the one that really fought for it to be a part of it. Yeah. And I stand by it. I think that's a very awesome term for what we're going to be discussing today.
I'm going to try to be as positive as possible. It's funny because we always try to have like kind of like a balanced presentation here. But when we were talking about this, there's a full disclosure. I don't think any of us are like real fans of this take on the DC characters.
Agreed.
Yeah.
No, not me.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think it's there's a number of things. I think personally for me, I think Zach can be kind of overindulgent in his films. He can be kind of, I don't know. Let's say, how would you say it? I don't want to be mean, but it's like he's kind of full of himself in some of these films.
Okay.
Like Zack Snyder's Justice League. There was a lot of hype around that one, and I think we'll get into it later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But I think that one was just in other instances as well, where he kind of just the films insist upon themselves, and I'm kind of just like, I don't know how I feel about it. Oh, I do know how I feel about it. I'm just trying to be as nice as possible.
Oh, by the way, let me tell. I know I shared this with George. I haven't shared this with Gabriel, but I thought of this restaurant idea. Well, it's a Marvel themed fried chicken restaurant titled. It's based in Hell's Kitchen, titled "The Blind Lawyer from Hell's Chicken." I thought that was a good title. I was really impressed with that.
Tweet it, copyright it.
Tweet it and copyright it.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, squat on the domain.
Oh, no one takes
blind lawyers from Hell's Chicken. Is
from
that
Hell's Chicken? Yeah, the blind lawyers from Hell's Chicken. Fried food.
Yeah, it's kind of wordy and long, but
hey,
what works, right?
Yeah, you know what's long? Searching for McGuffin.
That's not that long.
Okay, so back to the topic, right? You could be alive at any point in life, but right now you are alive in time, right? But right now you're here, and you're able to watch all these great Marvel movies that have come out.
Yeah.
Back to the, if you play one superhero, jumping over.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you do it because it makes different company. But you're Batman.
Okay, no, but come on, man. There's decades.
There is decades.
In 89 and 92, he was Batman.
But who is your Batman?
I mean, it's Tim Burton. Yeah. I mean, it's Tim Burton.
It's Michael Keaton.
It's Tim Burton's Batman.
Exactly.
Michael Keaton.
Gabriel, who's your Batman?
Christian Bale.
Exactly. It's like you're jumping ship. You can't do that, but
we're so far removed from which ironically now we're not. Yeah.
But actually, I love the fact that he's at least in this movie because before Birdman, he wasn't doing much.
Right.
I feel like because of Birdman, which
he became another Birdman.
Well, yeah, which might be the prequel to this movie.
What are you talking about, man? He was in
the other guys.
Yeah, the other guys.
But yeah, he wasn't in. Whatever. Like what happened to Michael Keaton? Like he just stopped, right? Yeah. He does Birdman. Critical acclaim. Yeah. He Oscar nominee. I don't know if he wins an Oscar, but he's nominated for an Oscar.
Right.
And now we get it. Now he's back here.
Yeah. And he's old, so he can be Vulture, but he's not as old as I would expect Vulture to be. So you're already like, okay, you're gonna throw curveballs, and I'm here for it,
Mm-hmm. But where's he gonna go afterwards now?
Where? Vulture?
No. Michael Keaton.
He's gonna go back to Batman.
Exactly.
But he's also gonna go back to Vulture.
You can't do that.
He's a daywalker.
You can't do that.
He walks between two worlds. Eternals will be on Disney Plus. So, which is kind of a short window. Good for everyone who hasn't seen it. Bad for everyone who has seen it. Okay, I don't mean to be negative, but I know a lot of people really like this movie, and I guess I'm happy for them. I'm definitely not one of them.
I think the collective opinion of the three of us is weakest
ever. Out of the 24 movies.
Oh, weakest. I thought you meant like the weakest movie of all time.
Weakest.
I was like, whoa.
I think Thor Dark World is better than this.
I would watch Thor Dark World 3 times in a row.
And it wouldn't be as long as this.
It wouldn't feel as long as this movie.
I'll watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended edition, and it wouldn't feel as long as
now
this.
We try to stay positive on this podcast. Or at least me and Gabe do.
That's your gimmick.
Yeah, but it's not a gimmick. We're just trying to be positive. But I didn't enjoy this film at all, which is the strangest thing to say.
I mean, we could probably have a whole episode about this.
Yeah.
What we didn't like about it. But I mean, any positives from this film?
I'd say it's pretty, but sometimes it isn't. I wasn't old enough to go through the NES craze because, like, when it came out, I was only a couple years old. But in '92, I was 8, if my math is correct, and it was the perfect time for me to get the Super Nintendo. And I'll never forget how revolutionary this Christmas was for me. I was away. I was in New York. I was traveled back to family, spending time with my older brothers. And I think they convinced my parents to get this for me. And, like, it was sold out everywhere, like every Nintendo launch ever, you know? And the best part about it was I didn't even know what video games were. Since I didn't have an NES, like, I was like, what is this box? You plug it into the TV, and for the first thing for you to play is Super Mario World. Boy, it blew my mind. And I didn't sleep for weeks at a time. And I think, like, every year, and around Christmas time, usually, if I'm not busy with something else, I replay Super Mario World. And it takes me like 45 minutes to beat. It took me like 45 days or more back in the day. But yeah, the Super Nintendo, that was a mistake probably for my parents because I think it was...
Yeah, the Game Boy also was a mistake because it started my obsession with video games.
Yeah, it was the first step in what gets us to here today, doing this show with you guys about all of this, like games, movies. Yeah.
I mean, we could be, doing worse stuff.
Yeah, I guess. On this show, what we try to do is examine storytelling, pick up on themes, evaluate, narrative structure, foreshadowing, hints for the future, and interconnectivity, of thought. But sometimes that conversation has gone so far before I've even seen the episode.
Yeah.
Because if I watch the show the next day and then go on a forum, for example, I don't have a ton of social media, but I do have Reddit. And I go up there and I look at the episode conversation and they've exhausted every piece of information on the face of the planet Earth, trying to guess where this show is going. And it just feels you talked about, like, not meeting expectations. It's expectations that the show doesn't build for itself.
Exactly.
It's entirely outside of the narrative.
It's people doing a disservice to the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say in the event of that Elizabeth Olsen comment, that was...
She wasn't trolling when she said that, right?
No.
Like, she really...
I think she believed it, but honestly, like, I don't know how someone... I knew it wasn't going to be ever as big because I don't think anything can be as big, personally, for me, with Luke Skywalker, but I definitely do agree with Link that since this is the first one, I did kind of enter that culture of theorizing every 5 seconds once the show is over until the next week, until the next week, until the next week, to the point that when you get to the end and these things don't pay off in the sense of, like, all these expectations that you built, there is a sense of disappointment because you had gargantuan like expectations for something that, as you said, the show does not build for itself.
I think we live in a world where we have so much at our fingertips. Information is shared back and forth. It all started with just prose narrations. We used to go to the live theater and see actors perform that. And that became less popular as we invented film. And then we created the theaters. Now we can see these stories at home. But these mediums, they continue to exist, among certain circles. We don't stop telling stories a certain way. We just diversify. And we still teach in schools, but you can learn anything from behind your computer screen. And I think that it's amazing that as technology advances, the storytelling methods, they adapt, but at their core, they remain the same type of stories we've been telling our whole lives. We seek to communicate ideas to one another and share our stories with the people around us. And we can sit here and we can provide conjecture as to what direction. But the great thing about the future is that we never really know where it's going. So all we can do is continue to explore this world and try to find that place where we belong. Sometimes it's in a theater hall. Sometimes it's sitting at home, but always it's surrounded by the people that we love and by new people that we're one moment away from meeting and discovering. So we're out of episodes
with Gabe.
Yeah. And then the other idea was the holiday season. A lot of people come back home. People who either teach somewhere or going to school or work outside. They come back home for the holidays. So we had like all these plans of what we were gonna do. Have guests on the show and do a couple of special things that we're still.
Guess how many?
We were gonna get.
Guess how many happened?
Our PR team got Quentin Tarantino to be on the show.
Yeah, it was actually going to be a table read with Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez. That's it. That's all we had. That's enough. Come on.
That's it, right?
It was us.
It's not stacked enough. Yeah. To be honest, we need more.
I mean, we don't have that many connections.
We were gonna do a table read of Inglourious Bastards.
The entire cast.
Yeah.
But because of COVID, Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino couldn't make it.
Full disclosure, this is a joke, and we're not claiming that they were going to be here. Okay, please don't sue us, Quentin and Robert.
We like you guys.
Okay.
I hope that helps. We're big fans. I like Spy Kids.
All right.
So I remember after school, I went to the front of the school, and I guess my teacher let us out like 20 minutes early for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the front of the school, and I'm there with my friend playing, and the principal drives by in his car, and he goes, "Young men, what are you guys doing there?" And I just saw his face and how mad he looked, and I was like, "Oh my goodness." I wasn't even worried about getting expelled or suspended. And like, they're gonna take my Game Boy and my brand new Pokemon game.
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember like handheld devices just being banned at school.
Yeah, they were,
man.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get in trouble now. I'm gonna lose this. I don't know what we're gonna do." And then the principal goes, "There is no one here. Who's taking care of you? Go to my office and play there." And I thought, "Oh, okay. Am I getting in trouble?" So I go to his office and I'm there. And then he comes in and he tells us, me and my friend, that we always have to be supervised. So he would prefer that we play here in his office instead of being out in the front by ourselves.
Nice guy.
So he said that, walked away, and he let us play. He let us finish the trading in his office. And I thought, man, Mr. Scott, you are the best.
I was really waiting for the part where he was like, "Hey, you want to trade?"
That would have been.
We weren't there yet.
Yeah.
We weren't there yet. But so my favorite part is where he's like, "You have to be supervised. Here, come play in my office. Goodbye."
Because the secretary was there. But you go, well, Johnny Lawrence is a lot worse of a human being than LaRusso.
Yeah.
Because I watched season 1, and I was surprised at how easily I was convinced.
Otherwise,
I'm like, man, Johnny Lawrence is awesome. I hate Daniel LaRusso.
No, yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, I hate Daniel. I hate this guy.
Okay. But from a cool factor, though, right? Because one thing that is a problem, and I think is still kind of an unaddressed problem, is like this guy is like a deadbeat alcoholic, right? Like,
yeah.
When is Johnny gonna address being like seriously in need for like substance rehabilitation?
Season 5, probably.
Okay, you think we'll get there? Or do you think it's like they're just gonna ignore?
I don't know, but I've said it multiple times. Like, bro, this guy is an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like, he has a problem because it's literally just, and I don't know if that's something that they're gonna address because it's pretty prevalent throughout the whole show. And I guess he's gotten better.
I don't know, man, because I feel like they always go out of their way to put one beer too many in the scene. You know, to leave them all crumpled up in the background and for him to do something stupid because he's drunk. And today is a very special episode. It is our first S4M monthly.
That is right. Every last Monday of the month. Yes, every last Monday of the month. Too many M's there got me. Unless there's something special going on. We're going to have a monthly recap?
It's not really a recap.
Well, we recap our month.
Okay, so I've thought about this. Like, I don't like the word recap because it makes it sound like we have to
review.
Yeah, and like
monthly review.
Sometimes I listen to shows and they like tell me what happened on the show, and I'm like, I don't want.
No, but this isn't what happened on the show. It's what happened to our lives.
Yeah, but I mean, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so every last Monday of the month, we're going to be having a monthly where we talk about news that's happened throughout the month, what we read, shows we watched, movies we watched, and we'll talk about some recommendations that we have for you guys from our curated list of media that we consumed. But before we continue with our monthly, I want to let you guys all know that this month in January, we pretty much what's the word here? Launched. I was gonna say started.
You're gonna say lunch.
I was gonna say lunch. I had a tuna sandwich for lunch today.
I haven't had a tuna sandwich.
Just wanted to recap my week with.
I had batata.
A what?
What?
I think it's a sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
Yeah.
Wow. What did I have for lunch?
Celsius. I remember Diddy Kong Racing because I remember Conker was in it, and he was like cute and adorable.
Yeah, loved him.
And they hadn't finished developing that game, and then when they did, it was a rated M for mature game. And I remember going to Toys R Us and like having to hide from my parents that I bought the game, and they actually sold it to me, even though they weren't supposed to. And then playing that game.
I don't think that people ever paid attention.
Man, that Toys R Us and Kendall, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
R.I.P.
Wow, the memories.
You know what's super funny about those like video game age restriction laws? Like it was a huge thing in the 90s, like in like Congress about, game censorship and
Nintendo got involved.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, like whatever.
No one cared. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm in Grand Theft Auto committing my 4th robbery of the day. Like
I am killing prostitutes.
Oh.
As a 10-year-old.
In a video game, right?
To be clear.
Okay.
Yeah. Not in real life.
Okay.
Hey, Danny, edit this out.
I wasn't sure if that was going to make the cut. Contestant number 3. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Link.
I think I would go with Danny, and we'll invite Gabe as well.
I just don't think they need to be on this show. Like they're made for each other.
I think it's implied that you would be taking the person who chooses you.
Okay.
No,
well, Dan and I are both gonna get married at the same time and both have our honeymoons.
Double.
We're both gonna make burner accounts and vote for each other.
And I'd go to Japan
with me.
Yeah.
We've established it's a double honeymoon. Okay, continue.
But instead of renting out a hotel, I would stay in one of those pods that they have in Tokyo Drift. You know which one I'm talking about? Where they just sleep?
No.
For it's like one space for like one person?
Yeah, one person,
and you
right?
just share that?
Yeah, I should share that with my wife, yeah.
No,
you
with
mean
me.
with Danny?
No. He'd be on the next pod with his wife.
But you're both on this pod.
No,
Yeah,
we're both
on
in
this podcast.
And this.
No, we're both in that pod.
No, in this pod.
This pod.
The pod.
What pod?
With the podcast,
I want nothing to do with you in the same pod.
Why?
But you're on
You're
this
literally
pod.
on the
you're
same
on
pod.
this pod.
This
We're
pod
in
right
the
now.
This pod. This pod, we're good.
Yeah.
A Japanese pod, no bueno.
That's not Japanese.
Japanese pod.
No, I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Don't continue.
Transitioning to the next question.
Next question.
That would kind of talk them up, and obviously the toys. I think the toy is I had all the Star Wars toys, so I think that and his ship were
I did have a Lego version of his ship.
yeah, like it
Oh,
was
that was
just
cool.
Which ship is that?
I'm not sure what it's called.
Now.
I didn't know the name what it was. I didn't know what it was called. But it wasn't Bubba. It was Jango Fett's ship.
Oh, okay. That's the same ship though.
It's the same ship, but
the slave.
my
one.
action figure was Django, not
I don't
Boba.
think you're allowed to say that, man.
What would you say? Repeat that again.
He said fire spray.
Yeah. Boba Starship.
That's what it's
Out
called.
of all the names, man.
Boba Starship sounds like a metal band name.
It sounds like a
Cobra Starship, is that what the band is called?
Yeah.
It sounds
I
like
was thinking Jefferson Starship.
if we ever start like a boba restaurant, that could be one of the flavors. Boba Starship.
The fire spray.
Oh, Boba
Boba tea.
Boba tea.
Oh,
yeah.
You just thought it was a store dedicated to Boba
Yeah, it was
Fett?
like a Boba Fett themed
That's a
restaurant.
really committed.
You know, I got to
restaurant.
work on that tweet.
Yeah. So, okay, but here's one thing. So, the whole point that I wanted to talk about this movie for these few minutes is basically that it worked as a giant advertisement for Uncharted. Because as bad as the movie was, what was the first thing I texted you when I got out of the movie?
I need a PlayStation.
Yeah, me, of all people.
And I said no.
Yeah.
and he talked me off of the ledge.
Wait, why not?
You know, I mean, that's pretty good though.
Why not?
Yeah.
I thought we
I'll
were all
take
going
that.
on the PlayStation
Yeah.
train.
When the movie started, there was a graphic.
Who cares about PlayStation, bro?
Yeah.
There's
There
no
was
one with the PlayStation 5.
I want one.
Gabriel has every console, so it's
He says no to everything.
he's constantly in like flaming the console wars, like fanning the flame of the console wars when he doesn't have to choose. He has everything. But there was a graphic at the beginning of the movie that said PlayStation Films or PlayStation Studios, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And it had like God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn.
I don't
Yeah,
like that.
I was very upset. I was irrationally upset immediately. But it did make me want to play the Uncharted games. So as a 2-hour commercial that costs money, that you pay for, I think it did its job. So guys, go watch
So it
Uncharted.
did better than the Doom movie from '97
I
with
don't-
The Rock.
I don't know why. I thought you said Dune. And
Yeah,
I-
he didn't.
I know
He didn't say
Doom.
that?
No, he said Doom.
Oh,
Yeah, that's that movie where that guy from Fortnite is
he's in that movie. I completely forgot.
and he's in the same armor as in Fortnite. So that's just actually a Doom movie crossover. The other thing about the Riddler is his costume is so grounded and down to earth that I wasn't sure that I liked it going into the media. I was open-minded. I was like, oh, we'll see what the take is. But it's just like, you could just...
Anyone could do it.
Yeah, you could just make that costume for yourself.
And
it plays into that final
Yeah.
act.
And it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If I see
Yeah.
someone like dressed as a Riddler for Halloween, because when the Joker came out, when Heath Ledger's Joker came out, everyone was, even in they had that bit in the office where everyone was dressed like the Joker.
Right.
I feel if I see someone like that, I would feel uncomfortable because
Yeah.
you can't
I'm
see
worried
their
about
face.
you.
You can't see
Yeah.
their face at all, so you really
Right.
don't know their intention.
That's more unnerving
Yeah, that's
than
more-
Heath's Joker
Mm.
because of how real it is.
And it's not cool, too.
Yeah, it's not
It's
cool.
not
It's
cool.
scary.
Like,
It's
if you come
terrifying.
here dressed like that, I'm not going to be like, oh, that's awesome from the Batman. I'm
No,
going to be like,
no.
You
what do
take
you-
that off, please.
Yeah.
wasn't he in that Journey movie? Journey to the Center of the Earth?
I don't know if that was before or after, but I think the first one was before. I'm almost certain.
Actually, I think that might have been before.
Was this
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence like big breakout role, or I feel like there was something before?
I'm almost certain
I'm
this
pretty
was
sure
her
I think
big
this was- I
breakout
think
role.
this was it.
Yeah.
Okay,
She might have been. I'm sure she was in stuff.
Oh, no,
before, but-
Winter's Bone?
there we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
What?
one where she
It's
got.
like it was like
remember she got
Oscar nominated.
Oscar nominated.
Yeah,
From there
that's
on,
true.
yeah, like
What?
What?
What is it?
Winter's Bone. You don't know this is a Peter Jackson movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What happens in it?
Why don't I remember her at all?
There's like a murder.
I have no idea. I've never watched it,
A
Yeah.
murder.
but I
And she's
remember.
like-
Did you see
I remember she got a lot.
I don't
of
think
hype.
I have seen it. I always confuse that and Lovely Bones
Movie
for some
night,
reason.
guys.
Lovely Bones.
Wait, maybe it's.
Oh, maybe that's the Lovely Bones that I'm describing.
With Tucci,
I always
right?
confuse them.
But
Huh?
she's not in the Lovely Bones. That's with another girl.
That's Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now I think I'm describing the plot of Lovely Bones. I don't know what
Do they
Winter's
both
Bone is
have-
about.
Murder?
I want to say yes, but I want to tell you there's an 85% chance I'm completely wrong.
They both
Okay.
have bones, right?
They both have bones. This is established in the titles, yes.
Okay. My pick is Encanto.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
But who you
the
think is
Mitchells
going to
and the
win?
Machines is, although I watched it and it's funny,
Comedy.
it is comedy.
And you're not gonna
It's-
rep it.
It is my boys.
Live
Phil
long
Lord.
enough to see yourself become the villain.
It is my boys Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Oh, wow. What a traitor you are.
Exactly.
What about Kurt Albrecht, bro?
They won the Annie. It won the Annie for best animated picture.
Okay.
So
You think they're gonna win it?
I think they might win it.
What?
No
That
way.
movie
I
is
wish I would
not
be
that strong.
Which
I wish
that's the thing.
Netflix
Netflix money, baby.
I don't think it's that strong either.
I don't
It's
think
the weakest one in this
so.
category
I
to
think
me.
it's
I
the
think
weakest
so.
one.
Raya and the Last Dragon.
It's better
Is excellent.
than Mitchell's.
Luca is
What were you saying,
excellent.
like,
That's
finish?
Sorry.
No, I agree with you. But there's a heavy push, and then here again, studios
Mhm.
pushing my boys, pushing for the
Your boys are the ones pushing.
What? Who's pushing?
pushing like Phil
Pushing.
Lord, Chris Miller, the producers. They're pushing for this to win. Do I think it's gonna win? I think Encanto might win.
Gonna.
If
If Encanto
Madre.
loses to
I
the
hope
Mitchells
hope
versus the
Encanto
Machine,
wins.
we riot.
There
With
will
Riot
not be an Oscar
and-
episode next year.
Yeah.
No, it won't.
We won't watch the Oscars. We won't
Yes.
talk about Oscars.
we'll do what Pablo Escobar did to that other
Okay.
guy.
Okay, this
Sorry?
is not an official throw.
Yeah, this show does not
Nobody
endorse
here
the actions
belongs
of
to the
Pablo
cartel.
Escobar. Okay.
And you said how
It's-
many scripts did they go through?
Oh yeah. So they went through over 265 script drafts.
And they ended up
for
with
this show.
garbage. bro.
And so,
And we only go for like over 2 or 3 for this show.
so what was the budget for this show, by the way?
For our show?
No.
It's about 250.
Now, for our show, it's running on fumes. But
Paramount,
that show,
give us the Halo money, Paramount.
Okay.
That show.
10 million per episode.
Wow.
Even
That's
the
the
pilot,
part
though?
that broke me. Even the pilot.
Because it could be bad. Like it's a pilot. We don't. It could get better after.
And I agree with that. That's why I'm going to give them a second chance, but
No.
I don't think I'm going to give them a third chance. No, yeah, because I've seen plenty of shows with terrible pilots that are at least decent. So I don't know. I haven't looked into whether they developed this pilot and then got an order for the rest of the show.
So you're gonna give it 2 episodes and that's it.
I'm gonna subjugate.
If it's as painful as this first one.
Do we know how many episodes?
9 episodes.
I'm gonna subjugate my show myself to the whole season.
Yeah,
and
give
I'll
it a
let you guys
season.
know.
Give it a season. Yeah.
Do I have high hopes? No, but did I have high hopes going in? No.
I'm the opposite of Dan. He only likes soda when he pays for it. But
I love soda when it's free.
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, you were very adamant about it.
I just didn't know how I feel about like. I don't know.
Freeze.
I don't know how.
What do you mean?
I don't like this
What
bargain.
does that mean?
I don't know why.
I want to pay for dehydration.
No, it's not because I want to pay. It's just like, are they
Why is
losing
the
money?
fuck-
Like I
Yo,
don't. Like, I
no,
don't like.
they're not losing money because
Soda's so cheap.
Yeah, soda's so cheap. It costs like 5 cents for this giant bag of syrup that just goes into
Oh yeah, 'cause it's
carbonated
not even
water.
actual soda.
Yeah, and it's there for like the whole month. Like it makes no sense that soda
It's so
is like
expensive.
it's so expensive.
It's just like I don't know. I had the thought of like little kids being able to just touch and like it's just like to me. I don't know why I thought it was like that's kind of gross, but I.
but it's you press the
But
button.
I'm talking myself
and the
into a hole.
soda shows up.
You
Listen.
seem like the type of person that would buy Holy.
Can I
Roll and
explain?
turn
It's because-
turn it into a hospital.
When I used to go to Sam's Club, their soda machine was always dirty and like gross, so I didn't like drinking from.
So
like,
you
the
would
soda
get
machine.
ice and then buy yourself a 24 pack of that
No,
soda.
I just
and then
wouldn't
pour it
drink
there for you.
soda.
That's what you did. You bought it in bulk.
No,
You were
I
like-
did not.
You didn't even
drink
take the
soda.
rest of the 23 home. You just
I
left
didn't
it
drink,
there.
I didn't drink soda.
Nah, he's the kind of person that is like, "Oh, would you like a refill?" And he goes, "No, thank you. I'd like to purchase a different soda." Yep. You haven't seen Sonic the original movie?
No, was it on
Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I don't care about CBS.
I thought he was gonna say I don't have Paramount Plus. Again.
This is the first I've heard of that. You don't have Paramount Plus?
I
Yeah,
know.
you should get it. They have a good show called
only I had
Halo.
a-
I don't
if
know
only I
you've
had a
heard it.
family member
It's a
that-
small one.
If
It's
only you
small.
had a family member that had
Had
Paramount
Paramount
Plus
Plus.
for the entire year.
They also have iCarly.
Ooh.
The Fairly Odd Parents live
And
action.
the Fairly Odd Parents live. I
Is
think
that
it's
a real
worth it.
thing?
No, it's true. Yeah.
It is.
It's
true.
out like it exists already?
Yeah.
Wait, who
It's
are
on
the
there.
Fairly Odd Parents? Not like who are the actors that play the Fairly Odd Parents?
John
No,
Bon
they're
Jovi.
still animated.
The Fairly Odd Parents are
They're still
animated,
animated.
but everyone else is live action.
You just said live action and then they're just animated.
Everyone else is like
It's-
Timmy's an actual person. It's just the fairies
It's
are
like
animated.
Looney Tunes back in action.
Timmy and the Lords of the Underworld?
Would have been interesting.
To
He's
what?
the Lord of the Underworld.
What? Never mind.
The Yakuza.
No, I actually. You know what's funny? I actually got my blue eyes stolen from a friend,
Ooh.
Zaire.
Shout out to
Zaire.
Shout out Zaire.
But then I
That was the guy who
I
used to do this all the time, right?
Yeah, I confronted him the next day. I'm like, hey, where's
Oh,
my?
I thought like recently. You
No, I confronted him the next like, hey, where's my Pokemon? Where's my? I'm sorry, where's my blue eyes white dragon? And then he started laughing and he gave it to me.
Oh, he gave it back.
He gave it back.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. Karma, take it back.
I mean, because I
Wait, when
confronted
did
him with
that
my.
happen?
I was in
Apparently the
middle
next
school.
day.
I confronted him with Paul,
Oh,
with my
okay.
brother, who was like 10 years
Oh.
old.
No, reparations were made 20 years later.
I thought like last
But it
week
was-
you were like, "Yo, where's my
Yo,
car?"
you.
He gave it back creased in the middle. I was so mad because it looked like he put it in his pocket.
So you should have beat him
So
up.
I'm like,
anyway.
oh, we should have beat him up.
Bro, it's like creasing your Jordans.
Zaire, if I ever see you again,
That's why you got to
searching
walk.
for McGuffin is gonna beat you up
Oh, no.
That's the worst thing, Chrissy,
The
you're
views
doing. Oh,
and
no, I don't-
accusations
yeah.
and threats
with love.
presented
But
With
if you
love.
but if you become a
Link
but if you
current-
But if
donate
become
and
a
if you become
donator,
subscriber,
yeah.
we'll kick Link.
reparations were made. Will be
We'll
made.
give you a hug. We won't beat you up. We'll hug you.
What?
What?
Your team Edward?
Yeah.
I guess everyone's team Edward.
No, technically, don't we all have to be team? What's his name?
I was
Jacob?
always still Team Jacob.
Yeah, we're team
like Team
Jacob because
Jacob.
Gabriel is literally Jacob.
Yeah, that's
so
true too.
I support my boy.
He's
Yeah, why
constantly
weren't
walking
you
around
Shark-
shirtless.
Shark Boy.
Yeah, why aren't
You
you
should have been
shirtless
in
right
the
now?
movie.
I was in college.
Gabriel, why do you have a shirt on? You got to be Taylor Lautner.
He might not have a shirt on.
I
Our
don't
viewers.
have a shirt on.
Put in
yet.
the comments. Is Gabriel wearing a shirt this episode?
If you want to see Gabriel without a shirt, support our Patreon.
That doesn't exist yet.
Exist yet.
Yeah.
But that's a type
Coming
of content you will be seeing.
Prepare for shirtless.
I'm
pics.
sorry. Where
It's
did
not.
this go? I like.
It's not. It's not the type of.
Gabe, we're gonna need some shirtless pics.
So, I'm just gonna Google random shirtless pics.
If they're not of you,
They're not me.
They're just,
Taylor
they're just
Lautner.
provided by Gabriel,
Exactly.
but they're random people's shirtless pics.
Like different races we gave with face.
Yeah, different body types too,
Yeah.
because we're not.
We're inclusive, baby.
We're inclusive, right?
They canceled Bone, but I know I'm gonna see like 10 more reality TV shows hosted by Nick Lachey and his wife.
Or you're gonna see a Bone like ripoff. There's gonna be a series that's gonna be
don't
like,
knock too hot to handle, man.
Yeah.
What's
Let's talk.
Muscle. Is
Or
that the way it's
Blind?
gonna be
Yeah,
called?
Muscle.
Love is blind. Love is blind.
Love is Blind starring Muscle. Let's talk about Bone for a second, because I know that this is a very like sore spot for you and I. I think Link and Gabe probably don't have the same experience.
Kind of surprising
man,
that
I
the
thought-
two people in the middle missed it.
I didn't know what the heck that was until Danny started complaining about it on the chat. I'm like, oh no, who died?
Bro, I thought they
I
canceled
died.
Shadow and Bone. Like, I was like, no, I actually like season 1.
No, luckily for you, Shadow and Bone is safe.
Let's go. They're gonna cancel it tomorrow. They listen to this show.
You don't think Star Wars sometimes treads that comic book water where it's like everyone survives?
Well, how many times have they done it? Palpatine.
Maul, Boba, Palpatine.
Yeah, Palpatine was a disgrace, man.
Ah, man. Yeah, Palpatine was a disgrace. Boba, I feel like everyone knew was alive.
Yeah,
Deep inside their hearts.
Okay, but Boba, because that's like everyone knew, because that was the first one where like no one would accept the death. So it was like myth, legend, then written into, extended universe, and eventually it had to be canonized, But then Darth Maul was the same thing. It was like nobody wanted to accept that Lucas
Actually,
killed.
that's true, bro. The dude got cut in half. They
Yeah.
can do whatever they want.
No, yeah, honestly,
Yeah, after
Mace
the-
Windu lost his hands.
But Mace Windu is a human or whatever it
but
is.
so did Luke.
That's what I'm saying. He can be alive.
Yeah.
That's true, but
Star Wars has shown
He could
us that
have
anything
gotten
can happen.
pushed out, and then he lands like on a car that's going by, and yeah.
you're already
And he
writing
went into
the,
hiding.
the return
No,
scene.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. He
Okay.
went
And
into hiding.
he's just really pissed.
And
guess
he's
he's
just
back.
Super pissed.
in between sides because he's just
And then
angry.
he had to like look for his lightsaber for like 10 years.
He made
That's
a
what
new
he's been
purple
doing
one.
the whole time.
New purple one.
No, a different color.
What color?
Darker purple.
Royal purple.
I thought that was awesome.
I thought that was sick,
Like-
man.
I was disappointed.
I'm like I don't really like I'm with Danny. I don't really like this movie. But if what we get from this movie is John Krasinski as Reed Richards,
This was the worst way to introduce him.
this was worst way to introduce him. But I'm happy
Okay.
because I've wanted that since
That's
WandaVision.
what scares me, man. Like, did they just give us to us like, hey, we heard you. Here it is. He's dead
For
now.
one
We're gonna go with
scene.
somebody else.
Yeah. The first night, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it in relation to this. I have to see where we're going. The second time we saw it, I thought, no, I'm pretty sure it was a misstep either way. Because this is what I feel. If they gave it to the fans who wanted John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic and now he's gone, wow.
Yeah.
That's a huge letdown. If this is a appetizer for him being the lead of the Fantastic Four movie, I think they did a disservice to
Yeah.
the character. I think they didn't make him look or sound smart, and I think they punked him out.
Yeah.
Like in a quote unquote jobber match to feed Wanda, meaning he appeared low level and just to build up another character.
Yeah.
Link,
You have you have like a
the,
frown, you have a
resident-
frowny
yeah,
face.
yeah.
I don't.
resident
I'm curious
expert in
to-
comedy.
yeah.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, how do you feel about Marvel's comedy?
I agree with Dan. I think whenever they know how to do it right, and when they joke around, it's sometimes it's hit or miss. But it'd be like, it'd be something I do to ease the tension for me.
Sounds like you agreed with me, but then gave credit to agreeing with them.
No,
Well, I think we all agreed.
What?
People hate it when we all agree.
Wait, how do we all agree?
Because I mean, his point makes sense. My point makes sense. Link's points make sense.
Okay, do you think it's because maybe some of the things that have been coming out recently aren't as like stacked as what we've gotten in the past to Marvel, like in their phases?
How
like,
so?
Oh, yeah, unpack that.
Yeah.
to that point where we have these moments like
in Moon Knight, where we see those first couple episodes that we're not sure of.
Right.
That we're like, I don't know if I like this yet. Obviously, you reserve judgments at the end, but in the moment, like, you can have your feelings towards it, and they may not always be positive. Eternals, I think it was a miss for all of us. Like things like that.
I loved it. I have a poster in my room.
You're welcome.
But like, do you understand what I'm saying, or no? No,
Sort of.
No, you said yes. But
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, just
Nah, I was a really big fan of Drake and Josh. They actually, funny story. They had an episode where they had like lost power, and there was like a group of people. They were just like a big group of people in their house.
Yeah.
And then one of the characters just gets them all to like do like a clap, like a, I don't know if you can hear that, but whatever. They
clap.
basically started.
Dan, when you resurrect, can you insert clap sound here? Okay, I think he did it. Go.
We just got to give his body a Celsius. So they basically started singing "We Will Rock You" by Queen. And that's what got me into Queen.
Is that the first time you heard "We Will Rock You"?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ever?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's not true.
So why'd you say it then?
That's not true. That's the first time I
You were
was.
yes anding you.
No, the first time, because
You just
the first
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
yourself,
you just
knowed yourself.
yeah.
the
Successful podcast, yes, and
That's
themselves.
not good improv, sir.
Yeah,
That's all right. I'm not a liar. Anyways,
improvs are liars.
Okay.
This is
yeah,
Gabriel's take.
you're a liar.
Yeah, okay.
I am. And
Yes, and what?
It's in that movie, the Knight's Tale.
Star Wars.
hey, you want to hear a joke?
hit me.
Why is 68 scared of 70?
Why?
Because 68, 69, 70.
That joke sucked.
Dang, I thought it was a good one. Let me know if you like that joke. I'll come up with more as we go on.
Okay. So, MegaCon.
MegaCon.
Day one.
Day one. Okay, so Danny and I drove up from Miami to MegaCon with our arch nemesis, Panda Man.
Pandemonium.
He was actually, Pandemonium. He was actually our Uber driver.
He's driving us
He's driving us now, yeah. This is going to be a very expensive fare.
Yeah.
He doesn't know we're paying him with beef jerky.
Yeah.
Hope he's not vegetarian.
I'm ready to run.
What?
I'm ready to run as soon as he parks.
Oh, boy. He's dropping you off first, send me.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, man.
My house comes first. Good luck.
You know what? You should take me home.
But I've seen a lot of trailers since they're quick and short.
Oh, okay.
Is Cortana considered a peking Tom? A peking...
I don't know.
Peeping Tom?
Peking.
Peeping.
Is that
Peeping?
peeking?
He's a peeking blind.
A pecking duck.
A peking Tom.
Peeping.
Is it peeping or peeking?
It's peeping.
Oh, I did not know that. Idioms are not my thing, guys.
Peeking?
You know, because you're peeking.
The anti-idiom agenda by Link.
Oh,
You're
like you're
peeking, but-
peeking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
No,
did
it's
not...
Peaky Blinders.
But
I
he's
get you.
peeping.
Oh, dang, I did not know it was
it's
peeping.
Yeah, why did you just convince me it was peeking? It's peeping.
It's
I
peeping.
did. I said peeping.
Oh.
It sounds like she's peeing. She's peeping.
No. That
That's
doesn't
not what
sound
I'm
like
trying
that
to
at
say.
all.
I'm just saying that...
No, it's a peeping Tom.
Yeah, because you're...
Peeping.
No, it's
'Cause he's-
peeking.
It's not a peeking.
It is. Are you serious?
The Tom
This conversation is going
peeping.
extraordinarily long.
She's peeking. The Tom is peeking. He's
You know,
peeking.
okay.
You
it's
know who
peaking.
else is
What?
peeking?
Marvel?
Oh, Hot Topics.
Hot topic.
Well,
That builds like on a new
I
story,
guess the
new
original characters aren't there. Yeah, sure. But like, for example, you just said Ghostbusters. What do you call it, Link? What's the name of this movie?
Oh, Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah, real Ghostbuster fans call it Answer
Chris
the Call.
Hemsworth.
But
This movie has real fans.
no, just Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters fan really want you to know that this movie is not a Ghostbusters movie. So they don't want Ghostbusters 2016 to be confused with Ghostbusters, whatever year the original Ghostbusters film.
What about Ghostbusters?
Wait, it didn't have like a subheading or anything? It was just Ghostbusters?
Yeah, it was Ghostbusters. Yeah, it's called 2016 because that's the year that it came out.
Wait, but like
I remember
it wasn't like
having
the
Answer the
call,
Call.
answer the call or something like that.
No, so in the credits, the director put Answer the Call, but the studio wanted it to just be called Ghostbusters.
Is that Sony?
Yeah, that's Sony.
Bro, are they dumb?
If the answer is stupid,
Yes.
it's usually Sony.
Are they?
I mean, we just talked about the whole Morbius being re-released, so I would say yes.
So yes, they are stupid.
So if you're like, they say opposite attracts, right? So if you're the opposite of me, I think that's better than being very similar to me,
agree.
at least personality-wise.
For sure.
Because I'm very passive. I'm type B. I'm laid back.
You're the same way.
If I'm with another laid back person,
Yeah.
I don't think much will get done.
Yeah.
And that's not a problem. But I prefer someone a little bit more type A, more of a go-getter. And it's not because I'm lazy or stuff like that and I need motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Just opposites attract.
No,
You help me, you motivate me, and then I help you also like I help you rest. You get me?
It's a balance.
Not stress out so much. Exactly. It's a nice balance. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely look for someone more outgoing than me.
Well,
'Cause,
yeah, exactly.
I can stay reserved and stay in my shell, but someone who kind of
Brings that out.
brings it out of me, like pushes me to do things, and be better, be the best me. I mean, that's what I look for.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you want to be better with the person you're with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That or just be Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've said it before. If you're a Star Wars fan, I recommend these books completely.
Thrawn Ritter. What is it?
What?
It was a tongue twister for me.
Thrawn Treason?
Thrawn Treason.
Treason? It's like a tree had a son. Tree.
Thrawn Treason.
What?
Why does Thrawn sound like he's like Nordic or something?
Oh my god.
Thrawn Treason.
Thrawn Treason.
Thrawn Treason.
Thrawn. Man, THR together is hard for me to pronounce. Thrawn Treason.
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 There you go.
Treason. Oh, it's like tree zone. Okay.
Are you sure you've read a book before?
Threesome.
I'm not too sure. It's not looking too good.
Thrawn Treason.
Thrawn Treason.
Brother of Bjorn and Ragnar. Anyways, so yeah, Thrawn Treason.
My child. I'm trying to do a Morgan Freeman voice.
Yo, I got goosebumps.
Man, now I want a Celsius.
Now I also want to.
No, man, you know I can't have Celsius at this hour.
Who cares? You're on summer vacation, bro.
Yeah, but I'm not. I gotta be productive. I can't be.
I never realized how much is in a can of Celsius.
It's a lot.
It's deceiving.
Okay, these cats are just going crazy now. George has 2 cats that George is gone. I've been house
Speaking of
sitting.
George, when is he coming back?
I don't know, man. Kind of hope he's all right.
I saw pictures of him in Alaska.
They're in Alaska, yeah.
Oh, I probably shouldn't tell him
where
he is. Anyways, they were in a place that was very cold, and they're
in Russia.
They were like sledding. They're in Russia.
Sledding, right?
Kamchatka.
Who let the dogs out?
Woo, 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 woo.
They were literally because they're making a sequel to that movie, and George and his family they're gonna take the role of Cuba, whatever his name, Junior.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Gooding. I was gonna say Ginn, but I'm like that doesn't sound right.
But when I saw it, I suspected that they didn't even get Liam Neeson, that he just had like archival footage, and I can't verify this. I don't know this. Maybe this will come out or it has already. But it just seemed like random dialogue. I think the first thing he tells him is, "What took you so long?" And then he says, "I was here all along. You just couldn't see." And then he goes, "We've got a long ways to go." And I was just like, is this a Liam Neeson automated like voice recording? Like, is this for prank calling?
It could be. I remember Liam Neeson. I mean,
he said he wasn't going to be in it, right?
He said he didn't want to do TV like at all. So then when he showed up in the show, everyone was like, "Oh, you're like Andrew Garfield and like lying about if you're in it or not." But I mean, it would make sense that he didn't actually film for TV.
Because he did voice work for Clone Wars, but it's just voice work.
And the reason why I think it actually could be him is because he sounds more Irish right now.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
like,
so
I am
what,
who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
He does sound a bit different.
So that's why I'm like, oh, okay, it's new.
Yeah, and if it is new, that's what you got him to say.
That's what I'm
saying. Why is it so stilted? Why is it so disconnected?
Because even if there, okay, I know there's gonna be season 2, but even if there is not a season 2, that's what you got Qui-Gon to come back for. Steve, favorite character. He's just
Steve
so
is the
good.
best. You can't go wrong with Steve, right?
I like the flip-flopping here where when this show started, we wanted Nancy to break up with Steve and go with Jonathan.
Steve was a jerk.
Yeah, and now we're on the other opposite end of that where now we want
her with Steve.
No, I'm sorry. I want Steve with every woman on earth.
I don't, including
my
your
mom,
mother,
including my mom,
Okay.
your wife.
That's.
I want Steve with everyone.
Just to be clear,
I'm Team Steve.
My wife is not your mom. It sounded like they were the same person.
You know, my mom. And your wife, and Gabriel's mom, and Danny's mom.
And you want to be wifeless for the rest of your life.
If it means that Steve is happy,
I don't think Steve would be happy.
It'd be worth it.
I don't think you understand how relationships work.
I don't know. I think I understand how Steve works.
I think the goats might have been.
But even then, that's part of Norse mythology.
The goat?
Yeah, how
Those
so?
are kind of funny. I mean, yeah, he was educating me on Norse mythology.
Okay, go ahead. Unpack that for our listeners.
No, that's how. That's how they would. Yeah, that's how they would travel.
That's how they would travel.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the gods that. I mean, I think it's the gods that would travel like that.
Okay.
But that's part of Norse mythology.
Space goats.
Yeah, they would actually travel in a boat like that. So it wasn't. It wasn't like he was making that up to be silly. That's literally there.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they scream endlessly?
That I don't know.
That I asked him that. I was like, do they just randomly scream like that?
I mean, but rams yell.
I think there's one point where it got annoying, but then that part where it rams into the planet.
Yes.
That got me. I was cracking up. But yeah, people can find that annoying. And I get that.
Welcome to another episode of Searching for McGuffin with your host, George.
Dan.
Gabe?
And Learn.
What was that?
And Lurk?
And Lurch.
Lurk and Lurk.
This week, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite shows, The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
What?
That's what the show notes said, right?
I thought it was Captain Marvel.
The movie Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
From 3 years ago?
Oh, that's right. It's not a TV show. That's right. But isn't it something about Marvel?
I thought it was Mrs. Doubtfire.
Guys, did we all just watch the wrong thing in anticipation for...
I feel like I lost in this bet, though.
I don't know. I watched Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm good.
Exactly.
You know, I heard that there was a Mrs. Doubtfire musical on Broadway.
Is that not what we watched?
Oh, you went to New York and watched Mrs. Doubtfire on Broadway?
Yeah.
How was it?
It's not the same without Robin Williams.
I would imagine that.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Hello?
Hello, yes. I'm calling from Searching for McGuffin here at the S4M podcast.
That's interesting. Your caller ID said scam likely. Yeah, what can I do for you?
I'm calling to collect payment for recent services rendered.
Yeah, this is definitely a scam, but I'll play with it. Payments for what?
I'm looking at your invoice here. It seems like you have received for the past several weeks therapy/recreational entertainment services from our show.
You said searching for you mean those guys that on that podcast that I listened to on the school?
Yeah, that is correct.
Wait, but you guys, what therapy you perform? You guys just, there's like 3 of you kind of sometimes sort of that just talk for hours. What therapy did you provide?
Well, us here at Searching for McGuffin like to see our show as a holistic healing program for our consumers.
Huh. So you want me to pay?
That's correct.
Okay.
Welcome to another episode of Searching for McGuffin with your host, George.
Yeah, I mean, not Dan. Gabe.
And Link.
You forget which host you are?
Dude, the thing is that it's so much time. I just got used to it just being like George, Dan, Gabe, and Link.
It does throw your timing off.
That it's just like, just doing like George, Gabe, and Link. I'm just not used to it. Even though we've been doing it because Dan has been on his tour for like who knows how long.
Yeah, and that's what it was before. Like before Dan would come on, we didn't have that space there for Dan. And then we inserted the space, and now he's gone because he's just so high in demand right now.
Dude, he's getting booked all the time.
Did you see the paparazzi photos? with him and that young starlet.
Dude, who didn't?
I heard that Dan is traveling with guns and
what?
And a bulletproof vest, just in case the FBI and KKK are after him.
What? Yeah,
Right.
and you see like the traditions and the practices. You see the faces and the places, and you're like, man, these rolling hills. I'm halfway across the world, but it looks like the rolling hills from where I was born, or this
Right.
this for me, this small town in Amsterdam looks like the neighborhood that I grew up in New York, and like then you're like, oh yeah, it was once New Amsterdam. I guess that's why, because it looks just like it, and you start to see like the mirrors that are from one place to the other.
Right. And one cool thing, for example, like I know George, in case you guys don't know, he was born in New York, and Gabby has family in New York. But when me and Link went to New York, I am so sorry.
Time out, Danny. Edit that out.
If you make a big deal about it, it's just gonna still be in the episode.
Right. I'm so sorry.
I'm editing this episode. What?
Oh, Danny boy.
It's usually like George, Gabe, Link, but there was like a second one.
Is there like an echo after
Right?
George?
There's like a
Did you go twice, George?
I was gonna sing the song Danny Boy, but I actually don't know it.
There's like a George and then Dan.
Dan's here.
Oh. Oh, you are here. You're literally sitting right here.
Hi.
Oh, where have you been?
New Zealand.
I've been worried about you.
And I have not been with Ezra Miller, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, but
And I do not like The Good Dinosaur.
No, that's clearly your
Hate
favorite.
The Good Dinosaur.
You were literally
movie
messaging
sucks.
me. Okay. Well, you try not to
I have
be
to
negative.
clear my name.
All right.
You got to clear your name a lot more.
This
'cause
show's been missing some negativity.
You got to clear your name a lot more because you got in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you actually got in trouble. I think you just made that up.
Where were you January 6th?
Oh, you did mention that.
He said it.
Now that I think about it.
Where
yes.
were you January
Okay.
6th?
I was home.
In where?
Actually, wait a minute.
Florida.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, you were in my class on January 6th through a computer.
I believe so.
Yeah, we actually.
I have an alibi.
We experienced that event.
Yeah,
together.
you were in class on a computer.
okay.
You could have been
digital background.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of people are doing it
You
nowadays.
could have been like that guy on TikTok that has a digital background, a green screen behind him, and he goes.
He has a contraption where he just rides a bike.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find all the great places in Miami to take a dump, and I'm gonna put our sticker in the stall. And that's how you know that.
That's not bad.
And that's how you know that place is searching for McGuffin.
What
food
is
for the bike.
okay? But
for
what?
toilets.
I like that.
What?
You know what? We should make it so if someone finds one, they win something.
They win.
What are the hallmarks of a good place to take a dump?
Privacy is important, right? Also, the length.
So
of,
a stall.
Yes, a stall, obviously, right?
That's it.
The length. No. The length of the door. Okay, right?
Okay.
If the door goes all the way to the bottom, perfect. That's a lot of privacy.
So
right?
no one can like get
also,
you.
no like space in between the door and the stall. You get me? Because sometimes
So you make that awkward eye contact for people that walk in.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, I hate that.
People are
Right?
like, yeah.
I don't know what they're called. The sheets that you put on the toilet.
That's a big plus.
That's a plus.
Oh yeah,
need
you have.
that.
Yeah, no, that I don't think that's a plus because I think that's like a necessity.
No, that's. I'm not taking.
We
the,
live in
I'm not
America.
taking it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
have
do it.
that.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Or
no,
maybe
no.
I'll put some
That's not
toilet
true.
paper.
Yeah.
Make
But
my
you go
own,
like
but,
you go like 3 layers of toilet paper.
Yeah.
But
right?
I'm chopping.
sheets-
I'm shaving down like 3 minutes right there.
Yeah.
The sheet streamline thing.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
That. Why does he only get arrested? Why doesn't LaRusso? Why? I mean, not LaRusso. LaRusso actually didn't do anything. But why doesn't Johnny and Chosen and that other guy get arrested as well for breaking into this guy's house and attacking him?
The cops don't come to the house. They don't know that happened. They came to specifically get Silver because of the leaked footage.
But the footage wasn't leaked.
Yeah, that part I don't know. I'd have to
Yeah,
go
so that's
back
what I'm
and
like.
watch it,
I'm just
but-
trying to understand why he got arrested.
But why would they arrest? There's no reason to arrest LaRusso or
What's the other one? Just arrest everyone, man.
just arrest
Take
everyone.
him out
for
of
no reason.
jail and kill the show.
So you just want police officers to arrest
Put
people
the
with
next
no
season-
probable
the-
cause.
the next-
that's what you. That's a hot take.
The
Len.
next season should
you
be
want
in jail.
police officers
Like
to have
Daredevil
no
season
oversight in
2.
who they take over into.
Daredevil season 2. That's how the show should
Did
be.
he just say Daredevil season 2?
Yeah. Exactly. If you weren't talking over me, You would have heard of that. They should have season 2 where everyone goes to jail. I mean, the next season everyone goes to jail, and then they have karate in jail, like in Daredevil season 2.
Everybody went to jail in season 2.
The main character goes to jail. That's what everyone in Daredevil.
Isn't it just
Daredevil.
Punisher and Fisk?
Yeah.
Daredevil's in jail?
I'm confusing with the comics as well.
Yeah.
I was super confused.
I was confused too. I was like,
the Punisher's the main
the
character of
Punisher's
Daredevil.
The main character of Daredevil.
They should have the next season should be in jail.
It really has been, considering that we never actually saw each other that time that we met. Well, we met before, but the time that, because I was alluding to a time that we had interacted before, it was during the pandemic. I don't know if you remember. I led a Smash tournament for no reason.
Oh, he was in it?
I remember.
Yeah.
I think we were all in it, actually.
Everyone
I
was
was in that.
But the funny thing is that I wasn't in the tournament.
I remember the prize was whoever won got to shake your hand personally, but they had to close their eyes and who won.
Dan, you were in this tournament too, right?
I lost to you.
Oh, that's right. It was actually
and it was the worst, just 5 minutes of our lives.
Yeah, luckily all the other players weren't spectating the matches for everybody else's bracket because it was literally like me and Dan taking turns like jumping off the cliff. Like nobody actually got any kills. It was like me and Dan like not knowing how to recover when you fall off the level.
Old-fashioned way. We played it the old-fashioned way.
That's right.
Felt like the GameCube.
No, wasn't there another Dr. Dolittle before that? Like
Queen Latifah has a Dr. Dolittle, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's called the Equalizer.
That can't be. Oh my goodness, she is the Equalizer too. What is the matter with Hollywood?
But there's another Equalizer now, though. Like not another, but I think they're doing a prequel of Queen Latifah, the Equalizer.
How does that even make sense?
I think she's young. I think it's like another.
It's a prequel to the sequel to the remake.
It's a prequelizer.
A prequelizer.
I kind of love that.
Sometimes I feel like Hollywood's run out of
creative names.
No, not the Equalizer's an old name, like a '70s show.
Yeah, but they didn't. They could have. The movie, there was a Equalizer 2, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't called the Sequelizer.
That was a mistake.
That was a mistake.
That was a big misstep.
How do you not like see the money signs coming from that?
They're making a third one.
Welcome to another episode of Searching for McGuffin with your host, Marty.
Peter 2.
Peter 3.
Commander Erwin Smith. If the blood of the colossal titan was given to him instead of Armin, because I have both hands instead of
Spoilers for Attack on Titan season 3.
Well, if you're on season 3, what season did they just finish?
4.6,
part 3 of
4.6,
the final season.
The final season.
Oh,
20 years later.
Yeah, part 4.
Final season doesn't have a number. It's just.
Do you think anyone got that title that we did in the episode?
No, I think many people missed it. In fact, I think they just moved on to the next episode.
Yeah,
because they're like, I'm not gonna get part 3. If there's where's part 2? These people don't know how to count. Yeah, it's funny because you mentioned fantasy being tied into that medieval period, and I don't even think I had made that connection before. Because if you're saying, when did I get into fantasy? Yeah, I'm going to jump into like Lord of the Rings. And I think I saw the animated Lord of the Rings. Like growing up as a kid, I didn't understand what any of it meant. I read The Hobbit in 8th grade. You talk about like knights and toys. Your father and me had like armies, like entire like legions of soldiers.
That was literally it. Like we had the Fisher Price, like full castle sets, full like
multiple castles.
We had like 3 different armies. The only thing different about them was that they were different colors. So that's like how you differentiate the armies. And then it was between playing with those toys, the wrestling toys, and Star Wars toys.
Yeah.
That was like what I mostly played.
3 things that you still love now.
Exactly.
And if you get other toys, you find a way to like reconfigure them into those worlds.
Dude, it was like Fortnite. It was like Fortnite, but like as a kid, just throwing things together and then them fighting each other. Like I had Gandalf fighting who was it? Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, we're actually friends."
There's no way around it, right?
Yeah, there's no way around it. We sold our soul to social media, and now everyone knows our stuff.
So now tell them to do it.
Now you
do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah. What is it? Like, subscribe.
Oh, like, subscribe us.
Subscribe us.
Subscribe to us.
Subscribe to us like you subscribe to Twitter Verified.
Exactly. Give us $8 a month, and guess what? We get
a blue check mark. That's right.
Oh, we should have done that before.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, right. We should have got a blue verified check mark. Oh well.
Oh,
next time.
Yeah, next time.
Next time, Elon Musk comes up with a dumb idea, which should be.
It will be soon. Yeah, it'll be.
He's trying to make his money back. We gotta tell that story.
I guess.
I get, but you tell it since you're.
I think you should tell it because I'm eating.
Nah, I haven't been eating. Okay. All right, let me tell you what happened.
The chive cream cheese is very good.
So, the summer before this Thanksgiving, Chipotle, they get in trouble because their tomatoes have salmonella, so they lost a lot of customers.
People died.
People died. Chipotle was murdering people with their tomatoes.
Murder is a strong word.
Subjectively.
Manslaughter, accidental death.
Manslaughter is accidental death?
No.
That sounds worse.
You get you get a manslaughter charge for accidental death.
Manslaughter sounds like you're doing something worse.
Manslaughter is you killed someone, but murder is with intent to kill.
It should be the opposite.
Why does it sound so much worse?
Yeah.
Because you took a life, but murder, like, you planned it.
You can't just say you murdered someone by accident. Manslaughter sounds like it was just the worst possible way to go.
You're slaughtering someone.
That's because the media has desensitized you to the term murder.
Sure.
Anyways.
I'm not thankful for that.
We gotta tell that story.
I guess.
I get, but you tell it since you're.
I think you should tell it because I'm eating.
Nah, I haven't been eating. Okay. All right, let me tell you what happened.
The chive cream cheese is very good.
So, the summer before this Thanksgiving, Chipotle, they get in trouble because their tomatoes have salmonella, so they lost a lot of customers.
People died.
People died. Chipotle was murdering people with their tomatoes.
Murder is a strong word.
Subjectively.
Manslaughter, accidental death.
Manslaughter is accidental death?
No.
That sounds worse.
You get a manslaughter charge for accidental death.
Manslaughter sounds like you're doing something worse.
Manslaughter is you killed someone, but murder is with intent to kill.
It should be the opposite.
Why does it sound so much worse?
Yeah.
Because you took a life, but murder, like, you planned it.
You can't just say you murdered someone by accident. Manslaughter sounds like it was just the worst possible way to go.
You're slaughtering someone.
That's because the media has desensitized you to the term murder.
Sure.
Anyways.
I'm not thankful for that.
I think football is a great sport. And
Ted Lasso greater than World Cup.
I think our country, Colombia, has a deep, rich tradition with football and its significance.
We didn't make it. They're dead to me.
Yeah, we didn't make it because Qatar bought their way into the World Cup, but that's another topic for another day. We don't want to get political here, but they may have, been accused of trying to bribe to win their first game. You guys heard about this?
Yeah.
Dan, you don't know? Yeah, apparently they offered several players millions of dollars to throw the first game. Allegedly. Don't come after me, Qatar and whoever runs your government. Anyways.
Probably their nah, it wouldn't be me. I was gonna say social media manager.
That'd be Lay. Lay'd be great at that.
That'd be Lay.
Why does a heist need a social media manager?
To distract.
Because you want to be,
Oh, we're on the thaw.
Psych.
Like, this is a green screen.
We're on Wobani.
We're in Exego. Exegol.
Would not want to be in that planet at all.
I hate that movie. I hate that movie.
Talk about things that just make you depressed.
For real. Oh my god.
Never watch that right before you have to study.
Can't wait till we do an entire episode.
I would try one day.
Okay.
I'll try to be. I think I just try to convince Luke to teach me. To train
you
me.
would be the.
You'd be the Padawan.
You'd be Broom Boy.
Yeah.
You'd be the next Broom Boy.
Only this time, it won't lead to nothing.
It won't lead to nothing. So it'll lead to something.
Anything.
Okay. All right.
Double negatives. Math is hard.
Oh, really quick, talking about leading to nothing.
What a transition.
I do think, and I was telling Annie about this one. I think the one director who, in my opinion, like his work would fit in a glove for a Studio Ghibli movie is a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that would actually.
That
work,
would
yeah.
be the
I
one of
feel
the
like
most
this is
adorable.
perfect.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
most adorable thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Ponyo is kind of about this girl in the sea, right? Imagine Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Yeah, but Ghibli.
But Ghibli.
Or like Grand Budapest.
Grand Budapest
Oh.
Ghibli,
So
right?
good.
Or Moonrise Kingdom, and more like
Oh, with the kids.
yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Darjeeling Limited.
Wes
That one.
Anderson, if you're listening.
To this.
Yeah.
Or
Please
Ghibli.
script their Mandalorian finale because I don't have time.
Now that would be very interesting. You have Wes Anderson scripting a Star Wars movie animated by Studio Ghibli. That's wow.
I would upgrade my Disney Plus to $20 a month if they
Easy.
created that.
I don't know why they don't create. Start having
Just all these
different-
crossovers.
All these
right?
crossovers, yeah, man.
I think Batman might be the real man without fear.
Then that's who I am.
The Batman
no,
or the
no. I like my parents.
I think Batman likes his parents too.
Yeah, but they died. I can't have my parents die just for me to become Batman.
Some sacrifices must be made for the greater good.
Nope, not for me.
Okay, well that's one way to live your life.
Loving my parents, not wanting my parents to die. Yet.
Yeah,
That's
selfish.
I'm sorry, Miami, that I don't want to become your Dark Knight because I don't want my parents to die.
We forgive you.
The 8th Street Crusader.
I'd read that book.
Man, that actually sounds like a good book. Let's create that.
Let's do it.
Or you can let AI now write stories for you.
Oh, okay.
Should we let AI write the story for us?
Now that AI can create art, I'm finally gonna become an artist. I'm just gonna look what I did. Nah, who would
really
do that?
Great for my art degree.
Yeah.
To hear that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love that.
You're gonna, by the time you're done, it's just gonna be like, we don't hire people anymore.
My number 5 is also on HBO Max, and that is the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, okay.
What the heck?
That was dangerously close to something that would have a smart.
You can say that.
episode. I don't think you can, but let's not do that.
No,
right
because in the movie there's a difference between FE and FU, and I
Yeah.
thought maybe FE was like the heck version, saying it's hell.
now.
heck.
I don't think so.
That's just how they talk.
That's literally how they talk.
Oh, okay. Is
But-
it like
but-
adding E after the S word? Like I don't think.
I
it
don't
makes
know,
it,
man.
I don't
but-
think it makes it. A
But it's
different
not
word.
this. It's not a curse word because
Oh.
the other one is.
Sure. Okay. So, why this movie make your list? Yeah, the scale is on the right hand side.
Yeah, except for one thing that they don't have in school, which I think they should
They
implement.
actually should now that
So whatever, B is an 80 to an 89, A is an 90 to 99. The one thing I think they should actually start putting is S for 100%.
I can't imagine getting an S rank on a test.
Bro, you get an S. Like,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what I'm gonna call it.
I think
from
I'm gonna
now
start
on.
doing
I think people should do that in schools.
You're
That'd
gonna
be
get S rank
fantastic.
100%.
I mean,
That's
that
it.
would sound way cooler, but then I would be way more sad about getting an A.
Okay, can I show my age here and ask what is the origin of the S rank? Like, why is it S?
Monka S.
Fair enough. All right.
Only Nicholas is gonna get that.
So the first.
He doesn't even listen to our
Doesn't
show.
watch our show.
Crystal Bay.
Crystal Bay is like a clear soda, basically, that comes in like raspberry flavors or lemon lime flavor, and it was
That's the
just
same
like
crap.
they sell them in bottles, or they did back
Why
then.
do you look like that?
You look like
Bro,
what?
he turns like this.
You got me in my head about my posture. Now I can't loosen up.
You know, some people listen to this show, right? So they have no idea what you're. Okay,
Hold on.
if you're hearing a bunch of crashing, it's because our producer has
I've never been here
physically
before.
been on set until today.
He's like Bubble Boy getting out of the bubble.
Yeah, and if you're not listening to a bunch of crashing, it's because our producer is really good and he edited it all out afterwards.
It all depends on him, really.
Yeah.
I think he's testing.
I'm not editing
He's
it.
challenging himself.
Are you putting your hands up like a mime? Like if you're trapped in a box? What is?
I'm Bubble Boy.
That's not.
He's flabbergasted. He doesn't know.
I miss my cue to welcome the show. We were just talking. I didn't know we were rolling.
We're always rolling.
That is true.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Team Sting all the way.
This, he's doing a tour in Japan.
Oh, Sting is touring Japan.
Yeah, he's gonna play all the hits. Every breath you take.
I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York.
What's the name of that song?
Englishman in New York.
English muffin in New York.
Okay.
English McGuffin in New York. We're making that into a sticker. Sting singing.
Do you ever like wonder what's going on with time? Sporting event that we've had recently is the World Cup that just passed.
Oh, did that just happen?
Yeah. Did you catch any of it?
I caught a lot of it because
Really?
it was during school time.
Yes, that's right.
So it was like it was both the most annoying but also kind of like heartwarming thing because it was just like kids constantly like, can we watch the game? No, we actually have class. Can we watch the game? No, we have you have a test. Did you not study? Oh, I stayed up. I was watching the game. And
all your students sound like this?
Yeah, all of them. They all sound like this. But then it gets to the point where it's like, can we watch the game? And I was like, it's Friday. I'm tired. Yeah, let's just watch the game.
Yeah, sure, why not?
It's like, today's classwork after the reading, it's homework now if you want to watch the last 30 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So it was nice, kind of like bonding. It was annoying. Like I think I confiscated the most phones ever in the history of any period. But then there was this one day that was like a long week and we had assembly and everybody was tired. You could just see it. Yeah. I don't know if it was like around midterms time or what, but just everyone was exhausted. And then the game was on like before assembly started. And then it just kept playing. And then that's just what assembly was. And like everybody got super into it.
Do you remember who was playing?
It was Brazil. Yeah. It was Brazil versus I don't remember who it was.
Did the Brazil win or Brazil?
Yeah, Brazil won.
Yeah, Brazil won. Yeah. And
it was the best assembly. Like,
yep.
You can call me lover boy.
So this week's topic is VD, right?
Yes, baby.
The other VD.
Venereal diseases.
No, not that one.
Van Damme?
Van Damme.
Not that one either. You're thinking really hard about a third VD.
Do you know a third VD?
I don't know. Something about veterans.
Vandalism.
Oh, that's what you're gonna.
Vin Diesel. Cut it. Sell this episode to Quibi.
Quibi. That's it.
Quibi. How many million do we get?
I need Brittany Granger back by Christmas.
Griner?
No.
Granger. I don't know her last name.
By Valentine's. By Valentine's Day. We need her back by Valentine's Day. So
is she here?
If she's already here, send her back to Russia. Let her come right before.
All right. So, you want to rap?
Yo, listen. My name is Linky D. I'm in a podcast with Gabriel G and George
Mm-hmm. That's
E.
my name.
We are talking about Ant-Man, the smallest man, who's also the biggest and tallest man.
Yeah.
He's in the movie. You should check it out because he's played by Paul Rudd.
Hey man, that's capitalism right
to
there.
the point where like there was a guy who would normally go.
Yeah, Pizza Dave. Went
Pizza
out of
Dave.
business.
And
Shout out Pizza Dave.
This guy
We
was
love you,
like,
Pizza Dave.
Do we love Pizza Dave?
I mean,
Pizza Dave was like a sketchy character, man.
he was sketchy, but you just had to outsmart Pizza Dave.
You can love sketchy people.
See,
I mean, he brought pizza, but also like,
I think he would do the same thing.
But also allegations of assault?
he just looked like,
Because that's the kind of sketchy
That's kind of weird. However, if you waited until late at night and he still had pizza, he would sell it for half price.
Oh yeah, you'd have to
Really?
like haggle with him.
Yeah.
Well, you got to respect the guy that looks like he does meth, but instead of being called Meth Dave, he's called Pizza Dave.
Yeah.
He was able to pivot the gimmick.
Yeah, it's a rebranding, baby.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
A whole marketing team behind that.
And maybe he's just Meth Dave now.
Oh, I hope not. I hope he did well.
I hope he's in recovery, Dave.
I hope he did well. I hope he did well during the pandemic.
That's true.
Oh, the probability of that.
Pizza Dave, wherever you are.
The probability. Speaking
I miss
of probabilities, what's the probability we get back on track?
Then I'll just keep on traveling the next few weeks as well. So.
Well, that's right. Where are you headed next?
Going to Nicaragua.
Man doesn't stop.
Seriously.
I'm gonna
living the life.
I'm gonna go help out at an orphanage over there.
Wow.
Yeah, gonna help them out. Gonna maybe adopt some kids. I don't know. Maybe.
Actually, if you get any information about adoptions, can you just bring it back?
Yeah.
For a friend.
Try to adopt some. Maybe tease that I'm gonna adopt some of them for their, just for their approval to see what happens.
Maybe they'll help you build stuff.
I mean, I want them. I want them fighting for my love. So let's see. I think it's gonna be a reality show. Who wants to be my next son?
Sounds like a great idea.
That actually sounds like a real reality show.
Yeah, it does.
That, I wouldn't put it past like ABC.
Watch next week. They're gonna announce something.
Yeah.
To no degree am I saying like, just rub some dirt in it and get over it, and like pick on up and get over it.
Why would you rub some dirt in it? That would cause an infection.
Yeah, well, that's the saying. I don't know. Right? That's the thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know. This is the first I've heard of it. Just rub some dirt.
If you get like hurt or something and you just like rub some dirt in it and just get up and
I've
move
never
on.
heard that before in my life.
There's no way you haven't.
I have.
It's been in many TV shows and films.
Rub some dirt in it.
Yeah.
That sounds like really bad advice.
It is bad advice.
Okay, but so why is everybody giving it?
I don't know.
Rub some dirt. Is that a thing that they once did, like historically?
No, I don't know.
We gotta look it up. Yeah, that's weird. Is it weird that I haven't heard? I must have, right?
You had to.
Okay, can you name one specific like reference, or where have you heard
a specific reference? Man,
Yeah.
you're really putting me on the spot here.
All right, we're gonna.
Guys.
Yes.
I want to congratulate both of you, and Gabriel, and Dan, producer Dan.
Oh.
And me. Congratulate me as well.
Okay, congratulations, Link. What are we congratulating?
Because we are Oscar winners. Did you know that?
You're
On
right.
Sunday, all of us won an Oscar.
How so?
How so? Well, Jamie Lee Curtis said if you supported one of her genre films, you won an Oscar with her as well. And as I'm pretty sure everyone here in this podcast supported Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Like emotionally, or like bought a ticket, or
both.
Okay.
We're all Oscar winners. Also, I love Freaky Friday.
I'm trying to find a way to transition.
I was gonna say we didn't plan a segue into this week's topic. Sometimes we just give up and we're just like, this week we're talking about. Is it gonna be one of those weeks, or
this week we're talking about fungus?
That's right, because we're just a bunch of fun guys, right? For our viewers. Gabe pointed to himself. No, you can do that. That's fine. I explain it. I'm the voice.
I point.
Yeah.
Gabe points at himself.
That's my job. That's what I'm the narrator. You are the protagonist, and I am the narrator.
Have you ever had like randomly on your TVs
fungus?
Well, yes, we all have these past couple of weeks.
Yeah. I got a wart that just won't go away.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah, well, because I don't think it's a wart. I think it's a blister. Actually, it's a blister that just hardens.
Wart is just an ugly word.
Time travel.
Yeah, time travel. All right, so he went to Japan, right, and brought us some gifts, and everyone got cool gifts. Gabriel got this. What do you call this?
Oh, we're just gonna spoil the gift.
I got a ninja star.
And
it's gonna hit different when when you unwrap it.
I didn't get a ninja star. I got this bounty.
And I got something in here, a mystery gift. Yeah. And when I opened it, it was a boob keychain.
You're just gonna say it?
Gift. It was a boob keychain. Okay. And it was wonderful. It was, it looked nice, right? Very realistic.
How would you know?
And
silence.
And I was like, wow, what a great gift from Japan. And Gabriel got jealous that he didn't get a boob. All he got was a weapon. Well, I got a sex toy.
Oh, well, I don't
know what that is.
Can you say that?
I'm not sure. We'll find out.
You
we get
Okay. But I know there's like a wacky Japanese game, Captain something or other, Nintendo or something.
Captain New Japan.
No, not that one. But where they like do like where Birdo's not allowed to like use the restroom, and you have to go like You have to go like on a mission to like
use the restroom.
Give rights to Birdo. Yeah.
Oh, what?
I want to play that game.
Yeah, that's fun. All right, you got to stream that game once you find it.
I think it's for the Wii, and it was Japan only. So.
Oh, I gotta go to Japan.
Or maybe you can emulate it. Yeah,
with translation.
Okay. Emulation.
Welcome to another episode of Searching for McGuffin with your host, George.
Gabe.
And our very special guest today, our good friend,
Jeremy.
And
his guitar.
That's right.
I don't think I have a name for it.
You don't?
Actually, I think I call it like the White Knight
because it smashes through.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. You have that in the back.
It has a little engraved
Honestly, what are those things?
So this is like a tremolo, so it allows me to control how much of the bridge I want to bend upwards or down.
Dude, I saw that at the back. I thought it was like the batteries were like the Rock Band guitar girls. I was like, bro, are you playing an actual guitar?
He plays a Rock Band guitar.
I play a Rock Band guitar.
He formatted he retrofitted
he retrofitted a Rock Band.
It's not me on stage. I just put all the MIDI notes and it plays it for me.
Nice.
So
I remember that year was a big year for trade paperbacks and hardcovers because that's the year that I got like the Frank Miller Visionaries. And those were like out of print, but they had them there. Some guy had them, and he either didn't know what he had, and I got them real cheap. And I started just collecting like on my bookshelf to have them. Was that the year that you drew a phallic symbol on my brother's face?
Yes.
So now you remember.
Now I remember. On the way,
bro. Was it?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Was it?
I love that you were like you were the only one who had no recollection.
Was it? It was Ponderosa next to the Ripley's Believe It Upside Down house.
Yeah.
Dude, you drew that on his face with a Sharpie.
Is this gonna be
now
on the podcast?
I remember you there.
Yeah.
No, you gotta edit this out. That's awful. I'm sorry, Jonathan.
He doesn't listen.
No, it was the funniest thing because it was on his face and he did not realize it.
Oh, now I remember.
We go
inside the restaurant. Yes.
And the people like serving him just looking at
Oh
us.
yes, that's.
And then the cashier was just like staring at him.
And she got mad. She got mad at us.
She's like, "Who did that to you?"
She thought it was us too, because it'd be something like
just little kids
would do.
Yeah.
It was a college student that did.
Bro, I remember he was so pissed.
Yes, he was mad.
He was so pissed.
I love that his payback was when he went to the bathroom, he put salt on your orange juice.
On who's on mine?
No, on Socrates. And I thought, even now.
It balanced the scales.
Check
That's right.
mate.
That's right. A salty mouth while I was talking to Darwin Cook.
Yeah. Darwin. Oh, your dream was ruined.
I realized that I had one thing to do, and that was play Jedi Survivor.
Oh, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the Seeker. What did I just say?
The Seeker of Fallen Order.
The Seeker or Fallen Eater.
My favorite game. Star Wars Jedi. What is it? Star Wars : Jedi : Fallen Order.
Colon.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean no?
That's so many colons.
Yeah.
We should check for colon cancer.
Because it has multiple colons.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long did it take you to beat that game, by the way?
3.5 years.
Why? That was a bit out of character.
But he had a tantrum against Ego.
That's his father.
That's his father.
He just met him.
That killed his mother.
And this is Gamora's father. Okay, you're telling me it's okay to have a tantrum and blow your father's head off, but not your father-in-law? Because millions of people will disagree with you.
Did my father kill my mom?
Did your father-in-law kill your girlfriend?
No, but you were going to, so.
He took that from you, and then he did it himself.
They were going to do it anyways. He ruined the plan that they had. But I agree with that because I didn't like that they did that.
I mean, it was his plan, which is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
it's his plan. He knows what happens if they lose.
But he didn't expect Gamora to be dead. And with that being said,
he probably should have, to be honest.
I think that the part I don't like is the fact that they milk that scene. So where they're about to, It's like glove off fingertips, and literally everyone is telling him, "No, don't do it. Calm down, Peter. Calm down." The fact that you have like 5 or 6 people telling you, then it makes it stupid because like you have people talking you off the cliff and you still jump. Yeah, I guess this is the time. Today we're gonna talk about everybody's favorite film, The Fast and the Furious. I'm just kidding.
Hey, you got me there.
What would you do if I just switch? Like I have a whole outline.
If you switch it,
yeah.
I mean, I would roll with it, right?
You
I think we could.
I'd yes
the
and
entire
everything.
thing,
Yeah. In fact, that should be our Fast and the Furious.
Let's do it.
Just us thinking we watched the movie, right?
Yeah, because I haven't. And
yeah, me neither.
No one has, right?
Have you, Danny?
No. Well, there's no way I'm gonna watch that.
So that's what we're gonna do then, right?
Wait, can we commit to this then? Can we miss it through its entire theatrical window?
Yeah.
Okay.
Avoid spoilers at all costs.
All right. Perfect. Okay, so let's cue that up for next month. Let's do a Fast and the Furious episode based on completely nothing. But one thing that we have dedicated a considerable amount of time to is the newest chapter in the Legend of Zelda series, titled. I was kind of laying it up for you to say it, Link.
Oh, okay. I know.
I looked right at you.
Oh, I'm looking at the camera.
Oh, okay. It's fair.
Yeah. I'm so used because Gabriel's here.
That's right.
And when Gabriel's here, he blocks you, so I can't see you. So I look at.
I'm invisible to you.
Yeah, exactly. So I look at the camera, I look at Danny. So I don't really see. I guess I got to be looking at you.
Now I'm looking at the camera, realize I didn't brush my hair before we started.
Okay.
But like
you don't fight the orc.
You talk to them.
No, you just talk the whole time. You're just talking.
That's it.
What? Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole game.
This is what you wanted me and Link to launch our Twitch stream.
It's like a dating simulator.
Golden.
Pretty much. Yeah.
They should have called it that.
That's what they should have called it.
Yeah, they would have sold.
Finding my precious.
I'm dead. That's
trademark that.
Yeah, that is good. Finding my precious.
Trademark that.
Oh wow.
But yeah,
The
super
golden
disappointing. The studio came out.
We
with
should have
a
made
visual
that
apology for making the game. So.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. They apologized.
You know, but I did meet a friend as I was the game. As I was watching the game, I'm there in the, I don't know what to call it, like this very small sports room, and then in comes this guy, like at 2 a.m.
It sounds like a euphemism.
I
don't know what to call it. The very small sports room.
In comes this guy at 3 a.m. Like he sits down next to me and my friend, and I'm like, okay, I guess. And he goes and he starts talking to us. I ended up becoming good friends with him. He's from Dubai.
I ended up becoming very good friends with him. He's from
Dubai, right? And his name was Mohammed, but the way you pronounce his name is Hamid. So for those of you guys that don't know how to pronounce Mohammed, it's Hamid. And he let me call him his Habibi. So every time I saw him on the cruise, I'd be like, Habibi, come over here. And I think I did something that was culturally insensitive.
A faux pas.
I didn't know.
It was a faux pas.
I didn't know. You get me? I don't really hang out with many Muslim people. So my knowledge of Muslim etiquette is not.
Well, you should have watched Miss Marvel.
I should have watched Miss Marvel. My only knowledge of Muslim people is the show Rami, right? Muslim culture. That's all I know. So this guy's there. He's with his wife. So I fist bump him, right? Like, hey, my friend, how are you? And I'm like, Habibi. So then his wife is there, right? So I'm like, all right, let me be courteous to her as well. So I fist bump her. Like I go to fist bump his wife.
He goes to fist his wife.
Yeah, and she's like, and I'm like, oh.
And for those listening, she
like waved her hand as like, no, thank you.
That's right.
And I'm like, oh no,
Oh,
I felt
man.
so bad. Yeah.
The
And then I
last
looked at
time-
him and I'm like, all right.
Welcome to another episode of Searching for McGuffin with your host, Oppenheimer.
Ken.
And Barbie.
This is the summer spectacular. The summer movie spectacular. We're here to discuss the movies.
Hey, where's your cigarette? I feel like you need a cigarette.
I'm not
You
legal.
smoking.
It's like I think it's a Twitch violation.
Oh, you can't. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So we're here to look at the movies that have come and that are coming in the months of June and July. Don't look at me like that.
It's Pride Month, baby.
So
Or it was.
It's over now.
And she was here because she was on vacation and then was gonna go back to the country in Africa.
To
she
the
was in.
Peace Corps.
Yeah, to the Peace Corps.
Nice.
That's a cool job. That's a nice interaction.
Yeah.
You know what? I am proud of you. I'm
Thank
proud of you for
Yeah,
taking
that's
that
a
step.
good one. Yeah, you put yourself out there.
I did, and let me tell you, this girl is freaking beautiful. I was like, no way I
Good for
talked
you,
to
man.
that and got her Instagram. And
Hey,
that's it,
hey.
but-
Yeah,
look
hey.
at- no.
What are you
Confidence.
talking about? Yeah.
Of course you got her Instagram.
Of course,
What are you
yeah.
talking about? None of that
Come
negative
on,
self-talk here. Come on.
I love you guys.
Come on.
If you were next to me, I'd give you hugs and kisses. I'm gonna give one to Gabriel. Te quiero.
Thank you.
That's my update.
I am proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. On that note,
Welcome to another episode of Searching for McGuffin with your host, George.
Dan. Threw you off there, huh, Gabe?
And Link.
Off to a great start.
That threw me off.
Why are you such an agent of chaos?
Because sometimes you need to be. Honestly, my life is so order and structure.
I mean,
and is that I don't mean that as a flex. I mean that as like
it came off as a flex.
The constraints of my life and my schedule are
Yeah, but
tying a noose around my neck.
But us people that don't have order and structure need order and structure. So when we have order and structure, you can't ruin it.
I think I'm just taking advantage of the fact that you don't have a lot of order and structure right now as much as you are going to have in the next coming weeks.
That is true.
Yeah. Okay. If they're not hitting on all cylinders, what is it that we can do to make them meaningful again? Because they have meaning. You know, this show has meaning. My career has meaning. Our relationships have meaning. So when some of them start to either decay or decrease, evaluating that and finding the meaning and attaching that meaning and just kind of muscling down and prioritizing things, you know, always making sure that you find balance. And that balance in the Force to me is for that light side to overcome that dark side, you know, rather than the yin and yang of it all.
Yeah, I think that was just an excuse to make Grey Jedi's a thing and to make it cool. So
yeah, okay, that's fair too. Yeah. That quote that you shared reminds me of that quote at the end of Batman Begins, where he tells Rachel, "It isn't who you are inside, but what you do that defines you." And like he tells it back to her that she told him that earlier, and that's so the opposite of I think the message we hear. Often it's what's inside that matters. It's who you are inside. And in reality, you could be kind-hearted, you could be you know, passionate, all those things, whatever it is, pick your, personality trait. But if you don't do something with it, you're not really that thing. You're only that which you experience. And if that experience exists only in your mind and not in the real physical world, then
what's the point? Like,
yeah.
What is it? Like, why? What's the point of any of it?
Yeah,
like,
having like a million great ideas doesn't mean anything if you don't actually do the work and if you can create one thing, it's better than having a million like ideas. Yeah, like okay.
I just think it'd be like if you're gonna come witches, give them
okay,
Cuban
so
names.
They're Santeros.
That's from Macbeth, right? Those are the witches from Macbeth.
The weird sisters are the witches.
Weird,
from Macbeth.
like
yeah.
they are weird.
Yeah, I think it's where we get the word actually. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
The three
witches. What were their names?
I don't know if they have individual names. Which sounds stupid of me.
Yami Bell.
I literally
get out of here. Those are the names up
what
there.
What did you say?
No. Look up.
Yami Bell.
Yami.
No, maybe.
What's the other one?
Yami Bell. That's tonight, sister.
Ulysses.
You're smarty. I'm onto something here.
I'm glad we
tack
these 5
okay,
minutes.
not from Macbeth.
On to the end of the episode.
The three fates.
Day.
Yeah, man. If I can go 2 or 3 times, it's a good day.
Would you say that that's something
every day's a good day?
That's right,
there are no bad days. Every
there
day's
are
a
no
good
bad
day.
days.
Okay.
Would you say that that's something that you like to do to, relax, wind down?
I really do. After work, I like to go home, get on the toilet, take my phone, and depending on the day of the week, I will be doing research on my fantasy football team. And it's a good 30 minutes there. Then I clean myself, and then I get up, and then my circulation is gone, so I fall straight to my knees.
That is not how I expected that experience to end.
And then I'm in there for like a few minutes, get the blood flowing, wash my hands.
You're just groping around the bathroom like, oh, the toilet paper's coming down on your face.
Yeah, I'm using I'm trying to pull the towel. But
it's like a Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a Keystone Cops. You grab onto the shower faucet, and sprays all over you.
It is.
You're wrapped in the bath towel on the floor.
It is.
Well, that's a perfect segue transition into our topic today of self-care.
Hey, how do you feel about Miles Morales being Cuban?
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, but he's Cuban now, though.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
What do you mean he's Cuban, bro? There's no way.
So,
I think I did.
There's
see
a
it.
suit. There's a suit in the game that has like supposed to have the Puerto Rican flag.
No. The suit does have the Puerto Rican flag, which is why it doesn't make sense.
Oh, I thought it was a flag.
No, so it's a flag in his house and outside the house too. So it's like in two different places. Instead of putting the Puerto Rican flag up, they put the Cuban
flag
yeah.
on the wall.
On the wall, right?
I didn't peep that.
Yeah. So they messed up because they put the wrong flag.
Yo, Cuban Miles Morales, bro.
Yeah.
that could be you.
That's crazy.
So basically, it's like they made the same mistake that my sixth graders do on Hispanic Heritage by putting the wrong flag.
And these people are Hispanic. These sixth graders of yours.
Yeah, that's true. But they're not Cuban or Puerto Rican. They're just assigned that country. So.
A warning that if you are going to watch this movie, which is very powerful and profound, make sure that the theater you are in is not next to Dolby. It's not next to a Dolby that's playing Taylor Swift because you're going to hear the Taylor Swift songs and the Swifties singing as you're watching this deep movie.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, you're going for a concert, so I guess people are gonna sing.
That makes sense.
But I thought that was hilarious.
That is
it is true, but we don't have to worry about that because they're pretty far.
Yeah, the IMAX is as far.
They're still in IMAX. Do you want to go tomorrow?
No, I'm not going this week.
We can't go during the week. During the weekend.
What's Saturday look like for you?
I'm not here.
Where are you going?
That's right. Generationally defining it was.
Yeah.
It's like kids who watch Friends, in Seinfeld now. Like, they might get it, but they won't never truly get it.
Because the hold that the Marvel Cinematic Universe had when it was turning out banger after banger after banger in a cohesive story that was building up to something.
It's art, man.
And you are you are putting and this is like, TV was having its moment, sure, but movies just were everything. That
Marvel
was
movies.
Yeah, because so TV was on the rise where like we can tell better stories there, but Marvel was that one benchmark that's like you can't do what they're doing on film on television. Television's too small.
Like
for
the
it.
reason I go to movies, I mean, not the entire, but like my mindset at the time was the reason that I go to the movie theater is to watch these blockbuster movies.
To be blown away.
This is the blockbuster movie, and to be in a room full of people and to just have that initial reaction for that, and to have it consistently for years. And that's the thing. I think the gist of it is that
you're marking your calendar around them.
It was building to something, and you could tell that it was building to something, and the tension was mounting. And there's so many things where you have this chase, you have this climb, and so many times, like we got a lot of it in TV shows and some in films too, where a lot of projects do not stick the landing. They fall short. Game of Thrones is one of those things where it's building and building, and it's like taking over the whole world.
We could go on and on like a laundry list.
Exactly. But the phases 1 through 3, with maybe 2 or 3 like films that weren't weak out of 24, 25, that ends in Infinity War and Endgame. For it to stick the landing like that and blow because yes, we have high expectations, but that blew my mind. And not even just watching those films, because you can watch those movies back and sure, they're still fun to watch and great to watch, and especially in sequence, but you will never be able to replicate the reactions of watching that opening night, or even 2 to 3 weeks after the rewatch. You will never get those heights again.
I'm glad you brought up that you've been kind of busy. It's nice for the holidays to come along and kind of slow things down,
Because has anybody else felt like this year's been like insanely? I don't even know what the word is.
I feel like it's been 2 years in one.
Hectic.
Yeah. Rapidash.
That's a Pokemon.
No one can hear you, Link.
That's a Pokemon.
There you go.
Is that really a word?
I knew you had him like a headset, Mike.
No, I don't. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think it just plugs right into that one.
No, the reason why I'm struggling is because I'm eating. You get me? I can't eat and hold the mic at the same time.
That's fair.
I'm usually more of a pro.
Maybe if you had, an arm, that held your mic up to your mouth. That was a possibility. That's what he's famous
Yeah,
for.
man. CM Punk was an idol, right? He was an icon, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But like he was an icon for, being a certain type of way.
Listen. As a great man once wrote, you either die a hero, which he did 7 years ago, 8 now, 9, or you live long enough
to become the villain.
To see yourself become the villain.
Mm.
And here we are. The Batman of professional wrestling.
Whoa,
or the Two-Face. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Harvey Dent.
No, the hope, the great hope for Gotham. We thought he was the Batman, but
the White Knight.
He's our White Knight.
Yeah. Yes.
He returned to WWE. That's what he did. That
in
was
the
so
Survivor
wrong.
Series, right, for Thanksgiving.
After just,
getting fired,
trashing that company, getting fired from another company twice.
Actually, some interesting information came up. I guess I can share this with you guys now. Turns out the doctor that he sued
for
almost
AEW.
killing him.
WWE.
No, still works at WWE right
Yeah.
now. So now he works with the guy that sued him for defamation because of what he said in that podcast about him basically being negligent and almost getting him killed during his time in WWE. Additionally, apparently Punk reached out to WWE, it's speculated, rumored, before he signed with AEW. So he was going to try to go back. He was going to try to leverage the
All right, I think that's where we end this show. Punk's a piece of crap.
Okay.
I think you should say it. You never say it.
Okay, I never said it. Fix my nose hair.
Yeah, take your time.
Bothering me, yeah.
Do your thing. We have no rules.
No rules. Welcome back to another episode of Searching for McGuffin with your hosts,
Gabe
and Link. I looked at the wrong camera at
That's
first.
actually
I looked at the wrong camera because I'm used to being on your side. So I'm off.
It's my side now?
Yeah. It's our side.
It's our side. That's
But
true. Now you're on that side.
Now I'm on this side. For those of you that cannot see what's going on because you are listening to us.
I forget that. What are you doing? First of all,
yeah, watch us on.
I mean, Spotify's a great platform, but
because he was mostly raised here.
Yeah. No, I mean my mom has good style for a woman.
Yeah.
For a man, it's just like.
Although she has gotten me some nice shirts for Christmas. I like those shirts.
She gives them to you. To me, she gives like anything she sees at like BJ's or something like that.
It works for me. Maybe you should give me her clothes. Are we the same size?
Probably.
Not her clothes, but the clothes she gives you.
No, I'll give you her clothes.
Oh.
Here's a couple of dresses I think you could
yeah?
Fit into.
Maybe I can wear some of her bras.
Could be.
I
have a picture of that actually.
Of me wearing your...
No. Of a bra. You wearing a bra.
Was it my sister's?
I think so.
Yeah. I remember when my brother got married. After the wedding, my dad brought the wedding dress.
Mm-hmm.
And I was... to the house, and he left it in the sofa, and I was playing like a few days later I was playing Call of Duty, and the dress was there, and I was like, so I put it on.
Where's this going?
I put on the wedding dress, and let me tell you, it looked fantastic on me. I was 18 at the time, and it looked fantastic.
Well,
it was
thank
good.
you for everything that you do and cook and make for us.
I appreciate it.
For free.
Oh, the end of that story was the fact that
Hold
As
on,
you-
sorry.
sorry.
And thank you to the people at Z Ramen for all that you do for the community.
Z Ramen.
Anyways, what I was trying to say
Nick
was
still thinks you're mid.
That place sucked, bro. Nah, just kidding. I liked my. I really enjoyed my. What did I get, Gabriel?
you enjoyed it so much you can't remember what it
the
was.
Japanese curry.
Oh, the Japanese curry with udon. I got udon noodles.
I love udon noodles.
We'd love to hear from our fans. The two of them that listen to us.
Okay, you're just gonna keep
Yeah.
denigrating us on air
Yeah,
constantly?
it's my mom that listens. Gabriel's mom.
Your mom listens? My mom doesn't even know
My
the
mom
show
doesn't even
exists.
know
Well,
the
she
show
does.
exists.
She keeps asking me for the link. And
She keeps on asking me what it is. I'm like, I can't explain this to
Did
you.
she keep asking you for the link and you just sent pictures of link?
Should you do that?
And then she calls him Link.
Yeah. That's
But
why
yeah.
she doesn't get it. She keeps
She
asking.
calls him
Keeps
by
on
his
it.
government name.
All right.
But yeah.
You want to do our outro?
Yeah, 2023 was a great year. We got great movies, great shows, great video games. What a time to be alive, right? You could have been born at any time in the world history, but you're alive in this time, 2023. You're born
literally
today, right? If you're born today, guess what? You got more than 2023 years worth of content to consume.
You also have almost 100 episodes of this show to catch up.
Yeah, and that's the most important one. So if you haven't watched an episode or listen, now's the time to do it. Until then, see you in 2024 and keep on searching.